waited 12 long years to receive my daughter. I will tell you what the wait was like and the overwhelming feeling the day I had her. I will tell you about the last 2 weeks, which were the longest in my life, and how I had to be induced. I will also tell you about her arrival, how she gave us a scare, and the few days when we came home. I always knew that I wanted to be a mother, and as the years passed, I wondered if that was actually going to happen. Me and my husband, after 12 years, decided to give it one last go, and no matter what, we were going to accept the outcome. We visited the doctor to see what steps needed to be taken. When we got there, long and behold, we were actually already pregnant, but we did not know at that point in time. The doctor had told us that it would take probably about a year, which was normal for a medical condition that I had. So we actually got pregnant sooner than we thought, obviously. We were both in denial when we found out. I took 4 different pregnancy tests. Even after I went to the doctor to have it confirmed, I still did not believe that I was pregnant. The pregnancy was very easy. It was the last 2 weeks that drug on forever. And she had other plans. I finally went to the doctor 2 weeks prior to me going into labor, and I was hoping that that was going to be my last visit. Well, it was not. I ended up having to go back again a week after my due date for him to finally make the decision to induce me. We set a date, and that was that. The night before my induction, I started having major Braxton Hicks contractions, which are very painful for people who do not know. So I told my husband we needed to go to the hospital, so we finally got to the hospital for them to turn us around and say, sorry, you're not where you need to be, you have to go home. We cannot keep you. So we came back at my actual induction time, and they admitted us into the hospital, and we got into a room. And soon after we got into the room, I quickly asked them for drugs. I was not trying to prove anything, and I was in serious pain, so I was ready for some relief. Shortly after we got settled, my water broke, and I pretty much slept through my whole labor. I was so tired because I was up for pretty much 2 days straight. So I woke up about 7 o'clock saying that I needed to push, and at 7:45 she was born. It was very quick, and thank God for that. When we got into our hospital, in our other room, the nurses came in and they were doing some testing, and they came back and said that she had low blood sugar and that they were going to have to admit her into the NICU. She spent 2.5 days in the NICU. We were finally released on a Monday to come home after she was able to sustain her blood sugar levels. It was the longest 2.5 days of my life. When we finally got home, she did not want to sleep anywhere but in her, what they call a sleeper. And mom should know what that is, hopefully. And so this new mama got to camp out on the couch for 4 days after we got home. And being blessed with the precious gift of a child, you wake up every morning and have the motivation to better your life. I know I do, and it's been a long journey, but it's been a great journey.